The one big thing that I was struggling this month is the topic that everyone asked me to, the leadership asked me to share, and that's intimacy with God. I think it just shows how faithful our God is and how he still chooses to use us despite our difficulty and our struggle and our failures. And I think it's mind-blowing to be able to speak up here and just encourage all of you and to share what I'm going through. And I think it's a privilege and an honor, so thank you. Now, coming on this race, I had a goal and vision in mind. I knew from the beginning, before I even applied, that God wanted me to be here. Yes, we all have our different reasons why we decided to apply, but I think we knew deep down, this tug in our heart, that we just knew we had to do it, and God called us to do it this very season in our lives. So for me, I joined this race because God wanted me to step out in faith in my walk with him. I knew that God has called me to leave my career and do full-time ministry one day, and he's given me big visions of what that looks like. But he told me, in order for him to use me mightily, that I needed to give up everything that I had. So I was living in New York City. I had a career working for a medical school. I was living in Brooklyn. I had a cute little apartment, and he told me to give everything up. My church, my family, my friends, my wardrobe, and even the guy that I had strong feelings for at that time. So for some reason that was the hardest part, and I left at it now. But what did I do? I let everything go. I did. And I literally gave everything and moved out of New York, and I was in Georgia, first day of training camp this past August. So I came on this race with the mindset of, I'm not playing around. I am here to get what everything God has for me. I'm not here to just go and travel the world and have fun and go backpacking. I'm here because God specifically told me to be here. And this very season of my life, I'm here because God told me he is using this experience to prepare me and to train me for what's ahead. And I didn't give up my whole life to miss out on all the blessings, all the breakthroughs, all the victories that he has for me on this race. So I came and started this race with the mindset of, okay, Lord, I want it all, every single bit of it. Whatever you have planned for me on this race, not just 90%, not just 98%, but 100% that you have for me on this race to come to pass. So I was hungry, I was focused, and I was after it all. And so I said yes to being a missionary, and then he goes, okay, so you become a team leader. And then I'm like, I didn't say yes to that. And so I'm like, all right, but I'm going to take the challenge. So I thought on month one, I thought I was on the right track these last couple months. It's our month 4 now here in Cambodia, and I must say it is my favorite country so far. Yep. So, Okun Matpet. And if you ask my teammates, I've been on it. I've been on the word. I've been consistent with spending a long time with God. I have been following every little nudge he tells me to do. And I've been stepping out. I've been just pushing myself to be more courageous and just staying tuned with obeying his voice and being steadfast in that. And yes, I have learned more about his character. I have experienced his victories, his fresh revelations, his pruning, his overwhelming presence in myself and in my teammates since we started. But this month, God made me experience something different and something special. He used one of my teammates during our feedback time sessions to bring me awareness of something really important. Who likes feedback here? Hey, don't lie, God is listening to you. All right, and so, but I'm really thankful for feedback. She gave me feedback that really stuck out to me. She said, I think you have yet to find out more about God's love. I think there's ways you haven't experienced yet about his love for you. I think that you've been so focused on working hard, trying to earn his love and his blessings when he already loves you just the way you are. And those blessings and visions, those are already yours. He doesn't love you any less or any more based on your actions. And so, quick, fleshy reaction was, oh no, she didn't. God and I are like this. What do you mean? I experience His presence every morning when I wake up, right before everyone else wakes up. I mean, I know His love. I feel it every day. And I'm like, all right, thank you. I'm going to take it to the Lord. So, I processed this feedback, brought it to God. And this is what He told me. He tells me interesting things. All right. He said, I have been letting fear dictate my actions and my obedience to Him. I'm going to say that one more time. I have been letting fear dictate my actions and my obedience to Him. Fear of missing out on my spiritual blessings, fear of not getting the growth that He has for me, fear of not getting to the vision He gave me. And as my teammate put it, I had spiritual FOMO. And I didn't even realize that I was motivated by this and that it was real. So the struggle was real. I have been focusing on working hard to please Him, so I can be a blessing to others, so I can get closer to that vision He gave me, so I can get the blessings He has for me on the race, so I can get that breakthrough, so I can get that lesson from Him, and so I can grow and bear fruit and become the woman God created me to be. But I was missing out on the most important thing, and that's simply experiencing His love and tasting and seeing what that means. I realized that yes, I may be obeying everything that He's telling me to do, but He wanted me to shift my perspective and my motivation behind my obedience. He wants me to be motivated by His love and not just His blessings. He wants me to be motivated by simply who He is and not just what He can do for me on this race and in my life. He always wants us to experience Him in a new, much deeper, more intimate way and not just work for Him so we can fulfill our assignments here on earth, but He wants us to simply fall in love with Him purely and remain in His love and basically learn more about what that means as we journey on with Him. So it's mind-blowing that there's always something more to learn about God's love.